Solange know exactly what's going on. Did y'all see the fashion show where her son was in the fashion show? She didn't even sit by Beyonce and Tina Knowles. She don't with that elite. Solange knows exactly what's going on. And that's why sis don't even know. She's very, very talented. Her music is the like she got suppressed so Beyonce couldn't.
Jay-Z's carefully guarded image is once again under fire, and this time the whispers are coming from inside the family circle, because Solange, Beyonce's outspoken younger sister, is rumored to be preparing to expose his alleged secret love child. Unlike Beyonce, who polishes her public persona to perfection, Solange has always been raw, fiery, and unafraid to confront what others tiptoe around. She's the one who doesn't sit with the elites, who distances herself from the curated image, and who has long carried the reputation of being unapologetically real. Insiders say she's tired of watching Jay-Z's scandals cast a shadow over her sister, and now the name at the center of this storm is LaTeesha Macer, a woman claiming to be Jay-Z's hidden daughter. LaTeesha's story stretches back to Jay's Maryland days and includes details that have left the internet buzzing.
I heard you was Jay-Z's daughter. My name is LaTeesha Macer from Cambridge, Maryland. My mom, her name is Lisa Macer. She has multiple sclerosis. I've been hearing that Jay-Z was my father all my life. There's no way that he can deny anything, especially when people were there that know him. I remember there, he just looked at me and he was like, Dad. David was in my living room. He was talking to my mom. I was gonna leave it alone. They brought me one of those ancestry tests. Finally, I get some type of answers. He knows that I exist.
If true, it means Jay-Z has spent years presenting one family to the world while allegedly leaving another in the dark. And if Solange decides to speak out, the truth could not only shake Jay-Z's empire, but also test Beyonce's loyalty in ways fans have never seen. But that wasn't the whole story. LaTeesha Macer's claims have sent shockwaves through the industry because she isn't just making vague accusations, she's naming names and dropping receipts. She says she's Jay-Z's daughter from his early years in Maryland, backed by whispers from people close to him, including Roc Nation executive Emory Jones and former associate DeHaven Herbie. Emory remains loyal to Jay, so his alleged confirmation is suspicious, but DeHaven's history of bad blood makes his word equally complicated. Still, LaTeesha insists both men, along with members of Jay-Z's extended family, have privately acknowledged her paternity. Her mother, Lisa Macer, who battles multiple sclerosis, was allegedly involved with Jay during those years, and LaTeesha even points to private conversations with DeHaven in her own home and results from an ancestry test as proof. While critics say this could be fueled by spite against a billionaire whose image is built on perfection, others argue the consistency of LaTeesha's story gives it weight. And now, with Solange rumored to be losing patience, the timing of these claims could force a confrontation Jay-Z has avoided for decades. But that was only the beginning of the unraveling. The deeper you look, the messier it gets, because LaTeesha isn't the only one claiming to be Jay-Z's hidden child. Another name tied to him is Rhymer Satterthwaite, who says Jay fathered him when his mother was just 15, and Jay was 22. That detail alone raises eyebrows, casting an even darker shadow over his past, especially given the other allegations he's had to dodge over the years.
As far as, remember we did the interview with Rhymer, and I said I was going to do an interview with the daughter, LaTeesha Macer, who is Jay-Z's alleged first daughter? Well, okay. Apparently, he has done a test with LaTeesha, and LaTeesha was going to do an interview with me, but she backed out because Jay-Z has been trying to change his karma. He's trying to be a good person now. And even though he's not giving Rhymer a DNA test, apparently, according to the teams, he bought her a house on the water in Baltimore. Well, not Baltimore, but in Maryland. Okay, and so she is living a quiet, little rich life now, right? Okay, and so we just want to put that out there too. Okay, like we don't give a damn, but okay.
Rhymer's resemblance to Jay-Z has fueled speculation, but unlike LaTeesha, who allegedly received a quiet settlement and even a house in Maryland before going silent, Rhymer has never stopped demanding recognition. His fight for answers has kept the rumors alive, suggesting Jay-Z may be willing to pay to bury some stories while others slip through the cracks. It's this alleged pattern of cover-ups and hush deals that has Solange ready to act, because sources claim she's no longer willing to let her sister's empire be dragged through scandals built on secrecy. But what really fuels this fire is not just the kids, it's the history of betrayal and explosive confrontations that have already shaken this family before. And the most infamous one is impossible to forget. That infamous 2014 elevator fight still looms large, and many now wonder if it was tied to the very secrets surfacing today. The footage of Solange swinging at Jay-Z after the Met Gala became one of the most dissected celebrity scandals of the decade, with speculation that she had just learned of his infidelity. Beyonce stood silent in the corner while theories erupted. Was it about Becky with the good hair, the mystery woman Beyonce later sang about in Lemonade? Names like Rita Ora and Rachel Roy were thrown into the fire, with Rita mocking the rumors by wearing a Not Becky pin, and Rachel accused of sparking tension earlier that same evening. But Solange's fury went beyond whispers. She's also rumored to have confronted Olivia McFaller, a woman who claimed Jay tried to get her number at a Miami club.
For the most part, Jay can be on some, I will reach you when I'm in town. He wanted you to be his girl Friday. He wanted me to be his girl when he...
According to Olivia, Jay's bodyguard approached first, then Jay himself, but Solange caught it all and shut it down before it went further. These moments painted a clear picture. Solange isn't just protective, she's relentless, and if she feels her sister is being disrespected, she won't hesitate to step in publicly or privately. Which is why, if she truly is ready to expose Jay-Z's alleged hidden children, it wouldn't be the first time she's thrown herself into the line of fire. But what would this mean for Beyonce, who has always balanced her empire on control and image? For Beyonce, the stakes couldn't be higher, because Solange's rumored determination to expose Jay-Z puts her in an impossible position, torn between loyalty to her husband and the sister who has always been her fiercest protector. Solange is said to believe Jay-Z's scandals drag Beyonce's empire down, and some insiders claim she's urged her sister to leave him more than once. Fans online have echoed the sentiment, arguing Beyonce is too comfortable with Jay-Z because she's used to being controlled, even comparing her marriage to the cycle of manipulation her mother endured with Matthew Knowles. One commenter put it bluntly, Beyonce doesn't want to admit her marriage is a failure like her parents' was. Still, Beyonce seems hesitant, possibly because maintaining control over her brand means keeping her family unit intact at all costs. Meanwhile, Jay-Z reportedly works hard behind the scenes to silence the noise, from alleged hush settlements to keeping old associates quiet. But Solange isn't swayed by money or optics, and the whispers suggest she's prepared to drop a bombshell, whether in a statement, a song, or a dramatic public move. If that happens, it wouldn't just be Jay-Z's legacy on the line, it could reshape how the world sees Beyonce herself. And the bigger question now is simple. Will Solange actually take this fight public, or is this another storm that will stay behind closed doors? If Solange does decide to go public, the fallout could be massive, because Jay-Z has spent decades building his image as hip-hop's ultimate mogul, and even a whisper of abandoned children or underage allegations threatens to tear it all down. LaTeesha's story carries weight with the names she's dropped. Reimer's resemblance keeps speculation alive, and the alleged hush deals only add fuel to the fire. What makes this different now is Solange. She's always been Beyonce's ride or die, the one who won't smile through the pain or play politics when she thinks her sister is being hurt. But blowing up Beyonce's marriage isn't just about Jay-Z, it's about risking her sister's empire, brand, and family life. For Solange to even consider it shows how fed up she might be, and why fans are buzzing that something big is coming. The internet is already divided. Some say it's about time Jay-Z was exposed. Others believe Solange should stay out of it, and many argue Beyonce herself will never leave until she's ready. And that's what makes this so explosive, because whether Solange speaks or not, the whispers are already here, and the longer the silence drags on, the louder they'll get. The real question is, if the truth does come out, will Jay-Z's empire survive, or will Solange be the one who finally cracks the perfect picture the Carters have fought so hard to maintain? And that's the heart of this storm, the possibility that Solange could be the one to finally shatter the Carter dynasty's polished facade.
Another added, Beyonce is in her own way. If my sister in blood told me more than once to wake up and cut him loose, I wouldn't hesitate. Sometimes you have to do what's right for you, even if it doesn't feel right. Beyonce is in her comfort zone with Jay-Z because she is used to being controlled on certain levels, and she's used to it, especially in light of her controlling father.
Beyonce has built her legacy on control, perfection, and the image of an unshakable family. But every rumor of Jay-Z's infidelity, every whisper of secret children, and every unsettled grudge chips away at that carefully crafted story. Solange stepping forward wouldn't just confirm suspicions, it would validate years of speculation about Jay-Z's double life and force Beyonce to either stand by him or walk away under the world's gaze. Fans are already calling Solange the truth teller of the family, the one who refuses to let silence protect powerful men, and that reputation makes the possibility of her speaking out all the more dangerous. Meanwhile, Jay-Z has everything to lose: his billion-dollar empire, his cultural influence, and his credibility as a father and husband.
I'm not hiring my daughter for nobody. The whole reason to get money is for your kids. I mean, if you got a daughter, like, she's supposed to have an opportunity to live in your house if she wants to. She's supposed to be a princess. She's supposed to be able to go wherever you go. Your image, all that don't matter. I mean, so I'm looking like, man, it's too, like, I mean, he do. I don't understand. Maybe it's above my thinking. I mean, but I just don't get it. So, like,
the drama now feels like a ticking clock, with LaTeesha's silence, Rymer's persistence, and Solange's rumored resolve circling closer and closer to a breaking point. And while some believe this is just another wave of gossip, others insist the pieces are lining up for a public explosion that could redefine the most famous couple in music. The only question left is, when Solange makes her move, will it be the end of Jay-Z's carefully built kingdom, or the beginning of a truth Beyonce can no longer ignore? If that truth does spill out, the ripple effects won't just hit Jay-Z and Beyonce, it could shake the entire industry that's long protected them. For years, insiders have whispered about powerful men in music using money, connections, and silence to bury scandals, and Jay-Z's alleged settlements with LaTeesha or attempts to bury Rymer's claims fit that very pattern. Solange calling him out would do more than embarrass the Carters. It would expose the machinery that keeps these stories hidden, and force fans to question how much of the celebrity image they worship is built on lies. Beyonce, who has always embodied strength and independence, would face pressure like never before: stand by her husband and risk her brand, or step away and admit her marriage was never what it seemed. And Jay-Z, the self-made billionaire who rose from Marcy Projects to global icon, could find that no amount of wealth protects him from family secrets that refuse to stay buried. Solange has always been unpredictable, the wild card who acts when others stay quiet, and that's why the industry is watching her every move. Because if she really decides to blow the whistle, this won't just be another celebrity scandal, it will be the unraveling of a dynasty, and once it starts, there may be no turning back. And that's exactly why this story refuses to die, because it isn't just about alleged secret children or past affairs. It's about power, control, and the cracks in a dynasty that was built to look untouchable. Every time Solange's name surfaces in these rumors, it reminds people of that elevator moment, of her raw willingness to fight when others stayed composed, and of the possibility that she might one day unleash the truth Beyonce keeps locked behind silence. Jay-Z's billions, his Roc Nation empire, and his place in music history could all be overshadowed if the narrative shifts from mogul to manipulator, from family man to absentee father. Beyonce, meanwhile, is trapped in a spotlight that demands perfection, where any admission of failure feels like betrayal to the empire she and Jay built together. And then there's Solange, the outlier, the sister who doesn't care about optics and won't bite her tongue when she feels her family is being dragged through lies. If the whispers are right and she really is preparing to speak, the Carters could be facing their biggest reckoning yet. Because the world won't just ask if Jay-Z has hidden children, they'll start asking what else has been hidden all along. And once those questions begin, no amount of silence, money, or carefully crafted image may be able to stop the truth from breaking through. At this point, the speculation has reached a fever pitch, with fans convinced that Solange is sitting on information powerful enough to rewrite how we see both Jay-Z and Beyonce. The chatter about LaTeisha's alleged settlement, Rymer's relentless fight, and Jay-Z's long history of dodging uncomfortable accusations has created a perfect storm that money alone can't quiet. What makes it even more volatile is Solange's reputation. She's never been one to play the industry's game, and if she feels her sister's image is being dragged down by secrets, she won't hesitate to strike. The internet is already taking sides. Some believe Jay-Z's empire will crumble under the weight of these allegations. Others argue Solange is stirring drama that could destroy her sister's marriage, and many simply want Beyonce to break her silence once and for all. With every rumor that resurfaces, the Carter brand looks less like a flawless dynasty and more like a house of cards waiting for the right push. And if Solange decides to give it that push, it won't just expose Jay-Z's alleged love children. It could pull back the curtain on decades of carefully concealed scandals that the world was never meant to see. The only thing left to wonder is whether Beyonce will keep protecting the image or finally let the truth set her free. And that's where the danger lies, because the longer Beyonce remains silent, the more power Solange's rumored revelations could carry. Beyonce's brand has always been built on discipline and perfection, the idea that she is untouchable, yet fans are beginning to question if that perfection has been maintained at the cost of truth. Jay-Z's alleged pattern of paying off scandals from hush money settlements to controlling the narrative through loyal associates has worked for years, but a sister's voice can't be bought or silenced in the same way. Solange has nothing to lose. Her career has thrived on independence, and her reputation as the no-nonsense protector only grows each time she stands against powerful men. If she chooses to speak publicly, it would not only challenge Jay-Z's carefully curated image, but also force Beyonce into the spotlight with questions she may not be ready to answer. Could she admit her marriage has been built on compromise and secrecy, or will she double down and defend Jay-Z no matter what? The public is waiting, the internet is buzzing, and one thing is clear: if Solange makes her move, the fallout will be bigger than an elevator fight. It will be a cultural earthquake that shakes the Carter empire to its core. And if that cultural earthquake hits, the aftershocks could ripple far beyond the Carter family. Jay-Z isn't just a husband and father. He's a billionaire tied to corporations, endorsements, sports teams, and political connections, all of which depend on his clean public image. A revelation of secret children or underage allegations would stain not only his legacy, but also the brands and institutions that align with him. For Beyonce, the damage would be personal and professional. She's spent decades crafting the persona of a flawless queen, yet these rumors paint her as a woman tolerating betrayal for the sake of empire. That contradiction could unravel the very foundation of her influence, because fans look to her as a symbol of independence and strength. Solange, however, doesn't care about empires or images. Her loyalty is to truth, and she's long been the sister unafraid of confrontation. The world remembers her swinging in that elevator without hesitation, and many believe that same fire is what might drive her to finally expose Jay-Z. If she does, the story won't just be about one man's secrets, it will be about an entire industry built on silence and survival. And once that silence breaks, the Carters may never be able to rebuild the image they've spent a lifetime perfecting.
And finally, my message to Solange is to let it go and give loved one situations over to God. Speaking from experience, you can beg, plead, and tell them the truth till you're blue in the face. They're only going to leave when they are ready, or in some instances, when the Most High removes the toxicity from their life.